It really didn't go as planned for us tonight. Sindhu really gave it all. She did whatever she had, but she fell short. Carolina Marin was just too good on her day. Remember, she's the world champion right
World
now,
number one.
world number one.
And Sindhu has taken her to a point which no other player has taken to in this tournament. Like the first player in this tournament to take a game from her.
Exactly.
And what a game that first game was. Gave a lot of hope to all the guys who were watching, all the Indians who were watching. I don't know if she could have played any better. That point which won the first game, for example,
Right.
like 99 times out of 100, Marin would have expected to win it. She was sort of already celebrating at that point, and then Sindhu pulled out an amazing retrieve and set up the finish. Like you can't really blame her.
But
hard for
that Jonathan had been the trademark of Sindhu's game today, right?
Yeah.
She pulled off these amazing retrieves. Her reach was incredible.
Yeah.
Some of the shots she pulled off. We really didn't expect Sindhu to do give so much.
She's been in great form this entire tournament. Like all the weak points of her game, typically her defense. Like she raised it to such a level, she immediately made herself a gold medal contender.
Yeah.
So you can't really say that what could she have done extra, because she's done stuff which she hasn't ever done before.
And it was incredible because generally we tend to see finals which are either very drab and players want to just, they're testing each other out.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the case today, right? From the first point, both players were in their faces.
What a high intensity
It was
game,
a high intensity. It was crazy. I mean, we were watching Lindan and Lee Chong Wei earlier.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, we generally don't see women's matches match that intensity, but it is.
In fact, and even if you weren't watching, like the thing is, both Sindhu and Marin are equally verbal players. But the thing was that how important this thing was for Marin, because even if you weren't watching this, you knew that something's happened when Marin lets out that giant scream of hers.
Did that? I mean, would that scare you if you? I mean, if you're an opponent, would that scream really unsettle you?
It would scare like a wild animal if you were on the other side of the court. Like
but Sindhu, I mean, she tried her best to put a brave face. She gave it back at times.
Yeah.
But in all three games, and it also was the case in the previous matches she's played, she's left it for very late. She's trailed. She's tried to play catch up.
And it worked. Like for example, in all the games so far, like she came back really strongly in the second after the changeover. First game she was trailing massively. She came back to win that game. Second game she was trailing even more, and she fought back really hard. Third game, in fact, it went the other way. She was really close at that point, and one would assume maybe now it's time for her to win. But Marin just like turned on the intensity at that point.
Second game was the changing point, in terms of momentum, because I think she was 16-19. Sindhu was trailing 16-19, and from there she got 5 points to take that game. And second game, you would have expected her to really take off, go for it. And instead, Marin just opened up a huge gap.
That's what champions are made of. And
Perhaps.
And for obviously Sindhu, this is clearly not the end of Sindhu. This is amazing side of this young player which we
clearly not the end.
It's probably the start, and it looks wonderful for her, because like if she can match even like 70% of this performance for like in the future, like she's going to be really difficult to beat.
It's a great prospect, right, for Indian badminton. We have got Sindhu and Saina in women's singles.
Don't
We've got
forget
Srikanth doing brilliantly, and we also have guys like Guru Saidat and all in the pipeline. So it looks really bright for Indian
but
badminton.
not as bright as how Sindhu was today. You can't like this day is not about any of them. This day is about Sindhu. What a great performance from an amazing player.
A word or two about Marin. I mean, she's been dominating world badminton. I mean, we've seen Chinese shuttlers dominate for ages. And then we have a Spaniard of all places.
She's one of probably two Spaniards who are in the top 50. And so with no pipeline, so to speak.
There's nothing, right? I mean, we talk about infrastructure and coaching and so many other things. But
Spain's got none of them. Spain's got one wonder, one miracle. She's a miracle.
She's a miracle. She's a miracle, and she's been doing incredibly well. So it's been that kind of a day. I mean, Sindhu gave it all. It looked within her grasp after the first game, but she eventually fell short. But silver eventually is not a bad result considering where India was placed in the medals tally. We are now with 1 silver and 1 bronze.
And can we get like a gold tomorrow?
Well, day after Yogeshwar is in. That's the last medal hope we have. So fingers crossed for that. But well, it wasn't to be today. Thanks for watching IndianExpress.com.